What? What am I? What am I seeing there? Is that a? Is that a 1? I'm seeing a 1 at the beginning of a price tag for a new set booster box of Pokemon. Oh my god. Guys, what are we seeing here? Is this a return of MSRP? Hey, if you're new here, my name is Alex, and I welcome you to the channel. Sit back and relax. I want to talk about MSRP today in the Pokemon world. What? MSRP on a new release? No, how did we get here? Is it? Is it a good thing? Is it bad? Does it mean that we are now entering the world of MSRP? Well, I don't I don't think so. I'm going to say no. That's my opinion, of course. Um, but I mean, could it be? Why are we in this spot? If it's not trending that way, then why the dip? Why the dip? Well, let's look at the environment around perfect order. Right. $196 right now for a booster box, and what I can only assume is probably going to keep trending down. We still have a freaking month before the set even releases, and we're already under $200. If you are someone out there who has been wanting to get something at MSRP, then now is probably your chance, or pretty darn close. And the reason for that, it's several things. I mean, if you've been following at all, you know that the release or the not the release, the reveals of Perfect Order, it's all out there. We know what we're going to get, and still the price goes down because nobody wants what's in that set. Nobody wants it, man. And I don't know if you followed like the Japanese market, um, Unica Zero, Nil Zero. Nobody wants this either, and it's the Japanese equivalent set to Perfect Order. It's one of the cheapest boxes that has sold in recent memory for Japanese. It doesn't move on my store. I know anecdotally it's not moving on a lot of other people's stores that I talk to, and just what I'm seeing online, because everybody's buying this Mega Dream, and everybody's buying this Ascended Heroes. Why? Well, it's the biggest set that we've had. It's got plenty of cards that people want. It's got tons of product coming out over time. And guess what? When is that product coming out? Well, it came out today. The tech stickers came out within the last couple of weeks. We got ETBs, and we've got more product lines coming out over the next few weeks. One of the weeks being the release time of Perfect Order. So we have a set that contains cards that people don't want, coming at a time of release for a set that has a ton of cards that people want. And not to mention, and I believe I was watching Nostalgianomics, and other people have said it. I've said the same thing in one or two of my videos. They're rotating out the beginning of Scarlet and Violet. So people want that before it's even harder to get and before that price shoots up, which it's doing right now. And I go over that in my last video too, is some of these price hikes are crazy. It's not like it hasn't happened before. We've been in bull markets like this before. We've been in this one for a while. And all of that money that people want to spend is going to be spent on Obsidian Flames. It's being spent on 151. It's being spent on Ascended Heroes. Nobody wants to spend it on Perfect Order. They want to spend it all on what I just listed. And not to mention the next set, which has already been teased. We've seen it for the Japanese Ninja Spinner, the Greninja, Chaos Rising coming out after that, the English version. People are going to want that frog. People will want the frog. I said this back in Twilight Masquerade when this is coming back. I myself was chasing the frog, and I never got him. But you can't have a set that comes out at the same time that you're releasing product for a set that everybody wants and teasing the next set that's going to definitely have a chase card in it that everybody wants. And with the way the Japanese market is moving the same way, and we're seeing performance ahead of time, it just, you know, it doesn't work out. Now, is it always going to be like that? No, I don't think so. I think Ninja Spinner, you're going to be seeing the same. You're going to be seeing 240, 250 a box. Easy. Easy. In perfect order, I mean, yeah, will it go up over time? Probably. It will. I mean, it is a Pokemon set, but I mean, you're probably looking at it like you're like your Paradox Rifts sets or something like that. Like it's going to go up over time. Eventually it's not going to be in print anymore. And, Pokemon traditionally has gone up in value over time. I don't foresee that changing. We got Pokemon Center, or not Pokemon. We got Pokemon International. They're partnered up, or they've got their printing company, Millennial Print Group, who is supposedly going to be printing much more. But that's not going to be for several years at the minimum, 3 or 4 years minimum before we start seeing a difference. So yeah, perfect order. I think will, in the long term, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, if we're talking about holding, if you're talking about ripping, if you're talking about collecting, that's awesome. Go buy the. There's boxes on eBay. I mean, TCG Player's 196. I see boxes on eBay for like 190, 180 from established sellers. So if you're someone who's looking for that, go on there and get those. I don't see any reason not to. I don't think you're going to have another chance to do that for a while, if ever. I think that's something that I'm going to be sitting on for a while. And whether the price goes up or down, it might be sold at a loss. It is what it is. For me, it's worth it. If I need to sell at a little bit of a loss, it's worth it to me to have a customer able to find the product on my store and to buy from me and reliably know that they can come to me, for what they need. Even if sometimes it means taking a hit. Obviously we can't be doing that all the time, or that I don't have to explain that to anybody. But I'll have it. But I think I think I'm gonna I'll probably be sitting on it for a little while. I think people are going to be looking ahead more so at the Chaos Rising set, and they're going to be hard focused on Ascended Heroes. And for the Japanese buyers, we got Ninja Spinner and Mega Dream still. I think Mega Dream is going nowhere. I think it's going to continue to perform strongly. That and Mega Symphonia have been my biggest sellers by far. Like Mega Dream is like that. And I know even at, like, if I'm vending at a show, Mega Dream is just, it's gone. Like I could not hold on to it for the whole morning. And I've got a couple more shows coming up scheduled that I think it's going to be the same thing. I think that's going to be double so the case now that Ascended Heroes is more released and people are going to have trouble getting a hold of it or not wanting to spend 40, 45 bucks on the packs. I mean, I sell these at $35, which is basically what I bought them for. Like, that's just another one that I want to keep up on the site just to have on the site. But I think people are going to be looking for MSRP perfect order, which is going to double down what's already happening. We've gotten a taste, right? We've seen it. We've seen the numbers. It's under 200. Anyone who dares try to sell it over 200 right now is going to be spit on, probably, for doing so, because we got a taste and we know it's possible. I really think people are going to be sticking to, like, Ascended Heroes. They're going to be sticking to Mega Dream. They are going to be looking for the next set for the Greninja, and I think really this is just a pass-by set, but it does show us that it is possible. It's just going to take a number of factors for it to happen. I am certainly not a believer of the return to MSRP without some drastic market and societal changes and just not economy, environmental changes in, like, the Pokemon space. For something like that to happen. We never know. I might be completely wrong. I'm fine either way. I mentioned this like over a year ago in an old video of mine that we're hitting that point, and I think we've hit that point for a while, where a lot of the sales happening right now are not to collectors anymore. Right? A lot of the sales we're making, and I can attest to this, at least online. Vendoring is a little bit different, but a lot of the sales we're making are to other people investing or building an inventory for wanting to flip them, down the road, which I guess falls under the same as investor. That's a whole different, like, the definition conversation to have. But at what point does it not make any sense for investors to keep buying from each other and for that market to cool itself down completely? But it's so difficult because Pokemon being the biggest, literally the biggest global franchise, media franchise, like, ever, and years of historical data showing us that it will retain and gain value over time. And that is such a hurdle to overcome. I don't know that it is actually possible. I don't know that it's possible. Like I said, without some sort of major thing occurring that I'm not foreseeing or thinking about right now. But you guys let me know down below. What do you think? Leave a comment. Do you think that this is the beginning of MSRP? Do you think it's not maybe just the beginning of lower prices? Is the bigger Pokemon print run coming up in a couple years? Is that going to make a big difference? I'm interested to see what you guys think. Do you agree? Or am I off base here? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm sorry if that was a little rambly. I definitely wasn't trying to be. I kind of wanted to just ruminate on my thoughts over the last night or two. I was kind of late putting this video out. And just sit here and talk about it. So if you guys like this style of video, let me know. Leave a like. Comments are helpful. Subscribe if you want. Ring that bell. All that good stuff. If you want to shop, check out my store online, cardpenguin.com. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day, going into a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.